So let's talk about this fire, almost literally fire ass episode of Demon Slayer. So this episode picks up right where we got left off on last week with Tanjiro fighting the upper six demon Wapa Haba Hibe, Waka Maka Hibe, Waka Laka Flaka. I don't know what her name is. What you guys know what her name is, whatever it is, Waka Waka. Put that down in the comments below. But he ends up fighting the upper six demon, and he realizes that his water breathing techniques just are not cutting it. And during their kind of like 4-month recovery process, he remembers the fact that between their training sessions that he was training his fire breathing technique. And a awesome freaking moment in this episode was when he's thinking, kind of like of the past, and he's kind of thinking of all the things that he's done up to here, and he says something that was just really, really awesome. He was like, I need to set my heart ablaze. And I was like, oh, Tanjiro, let's go. And like he sets off, you know what I mean? And he even just impresses the upper six demon, and he was able to kind of like pull these moves off. He was able to go into defense. He was able to pull off some offense. Now he's still not. I don't think he's still strong enough to kind of pull off the W here. I still think that Tengen's gonna have to end up coming in to kind of like save the day. But I think Tanjiro, just the fact that he's gonna be able to hold his own until Tengen gets there, is just so telling of all the progress that he's made, and the ability that he's been having to be able to kind of push himself and go plus ultra in a sense. And I just think that is awesome and just freaking like commendable. And it is just so amazing to see. Like, the fight scenes are just effing fire. The fight scenes are just fire. But real quick, guys, you know what else could be fire? Your guys' internet service. If you guys are surfing the web and watching anime through some sites that aren't exactly paid, then you may want to make sure that you don't do anything unprotected. As you guys know, unprotected is not the way you want to go with most things in life. So make sure you guys are protected, and make sure you guys use SurfShark VPN. That link is in the description down below. You can get it right now for just a little over $2 a month, and $60 for 24 months, which is 2 years. Protect yourself today. But regardless, so anyways, let's go back to keep talking about it. So he ends up taking on that on the upper six demon, and we kind of get left off on a cliffhanger of what's going to happen there. And then we cut away to a couple of different things. The main cutaway that I really, really enjoyed seeing was Tengen's wives. We finally got to see all 3 of Tengen's wives. I love the one who thinks that she's worthless and the crying one. Like, tell me why that specific ninja girl is just so effing precious. Like, she is awesome. I don't know what her name is. I don't know if I think they did say her name. I don't remember what her name is, but she is awesome. She needs to be protected at all costs. She's like the #1 wife to me. Like, I love her so much. But we get to see all 3 of Tengen's wives, and we get to see kind of like the what he instilled on them, which is their life is not a throwaway life. Just because that you were growing up as like a ninja, whether you were growing up in that kind of like lifestyle, the moment that you're his, you value your life, period, the end. Like, you're mine, so you need to value your life. And that's kind of what he instilled on them. And one of the 3 wives, it took her a while to kind of grasp on that mentality, because that's kind of like not how she was raised. That's not how the ninjas are raised. So the fact that she was instilled that kind of immediately tells you on how important Tengen is to these 3 girls, like how important that he is in their lives. And the fact that now he's here saving them, I thought was really cool. But I love seeing that backstory. Typically, I'm not like I don't really enjoy backstories too much because they're typically not done right most of the time. But I feel like it was really done right this time as well. The flashback with Tanjiro's training, and the flashback with Tengen and his 3 wives. Then, kind of like Tengen comes to kind of like save the day and stuff. But before that, Zenitsu and Inosuke, freaking, oh my god. When Inosuke broke all his bones, and he was just kind of like fishing through the demon hole, I was like, oh my freaking god. Like, I love it. He's like, I smell a demon. He was just freaking worming his way through all his bones and everything. And again, we got to see the character growth of Inosuke and of Zenitsu. Now, obviously, Zenitsu got caught up because it was unexpected. But when he did his thunder breathing, like, oh my god, every time that we see Zenitsu's thunder breathing, it is just completely a treat. I cannot wait till he gets to the point to be able to pull off what he does sleeping awake. And if you guys paid attention to those 4 months that they were training, like, Zenitsu was putting in the work. So he might get to a point where he's able to do what he can asleep awake. And if he gets to that point, like, he's gonna be like he maybe not Hashira level, but he gonna get close to that, because he's been putting in some like damn. I just said damn when that happened. Also, the little muscle mice, they delivered his sword too, which I thought was really cool too. But overall, like, this episode was just, in a word, complete fire. It set my heart ablaze. I love being able to see Tanjiro's growth. I love seeing his sword get all nicked up, and him realizing that, like, I need to push myself beyond. I love being able to kind of see him pull it off. I love the flashbacks that they had in this episode. I love seeing Tengen and his wives and kind of like what that means and everything. Like, I love seeing this character development for somebody else that was just newly introduced to us. I love that they're being able to do it so well with Tengen and with the 3 girls. And then I love seeing the character growth for our 3 main characters, right? Or, Tanjiro, and then the 2 main side characters with Inosuke and with Zenitsu. Obviously, we got a little bit more Inosuke this episode than Zenitsu, but when Zenitsu was there, I still feel that this season, every time he's on screen, he's capturing our attention, and they're doing it so well, and intentionally, by the way, too. And I just thought that was just so cool. But this episode was freaking grade A anime. It was awesome. It was an enjoyment to watch. As I was watching it, when during the Tanjiro fight, I was like, let's go, Tanjiro, let's go. Like, I was hype. I was hype. Like, and then, my wife just passed me by. She would look at me like, what you doing? I'm just like, Tanjiro, and that's what the makings of a really good episode. And that's what the makings of a good anime. When it makes you vocalize like you're some person clapping in a theater, but it also makes the makings of a really good episode as well. But overall, I thought this episode was really good. I can't wait to see what comes next. I think what's going to come next week, without really knowing anything, my guesses would be that Tanjiro is able to pull off one more badass move that the upper 6 demon doesn't expect. We already saw him pull off the string. He had the string. He had a slight opening for just a moment. I think he creates one more opening. Maybe he takes off an arm, or maybe he takes off something, but that's not completely vital, and just surprises her one more time. And then Tengen comes in to save the day. And I think that then we end off on Tengen versus this upper 6 demon. I think that would be kind of where we're going to be heading to next episode. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments down below. I appreciate you guys being here. It means a whole ton that you guys are here with me each and every week for Demon Slayer. The last thing I want to leave you guys on is Happy New Year and Happy 2022. I hope that this year is going to be very fruitful for you, your loved ones, and your family. But with all that, guys, that's been Demon Slayer. Leave me some comment, leave me some love down in the comments, and I'll see you guys next week on next Sunday. Peace.